This tutorial will show you how to begin setting up an ePortfolio tool in Canvas. So the first thing I'm going to do is head over to my account and then go over to my ePortfolio area here by selecting that. And now in my ePortfolio area I can see a couple different things here. I can see some directions and I can see two options to create an ePortfolio. Both will take you to the same place. So I'm going to click this one here and give my ePortfolio a name. And since this is for an online class I'm taking, I'm going to name it that. I'm also going to make it public so other people can see it. So I'm going to hit Make ePortfolio. And now I've created a space. If I go back to my Sylvia's ePortfolios here, area, you can see now this ePortfolio area has my first ePortfolio, and I'm going to have this created with different things from my K-12 online class that I'm taking. So let me go into it. And I can use the wizard here. I can go to the actual ePortfolio. I'm here now. So one of the first things I want to do is organize my sections. And I'm in the home section right now. So when I hit organize section, I'm going to change this actually to writing submissions. And then I'm going to add a section. And I'm going to have this quiz submissions. And then I'm going to add my own reflections. No, sure. 3 sections in my ePortfolio. Okay, so the first one I'm going to do is hit Done Editing and then go to my reflections. In here, I'm going to create a new page for this area here. Page, new page. Okay, and you can see it just says new page. It automatically comes with a default one, so I'm going to organize and manage this a little bit. So I hit organize and manage pages. I can click this little pencil here and I can call it mid-course reflections and then hit done editing. The page changes over here and over here to reflect it. So now I have my first page. If I want to add another page of things that maybe I didn't create in my course to add here, I can just manually add page after page to do whatever I want to. Okay, and I can edit this page and add multiple pieces of content that are available over here. Rich text content if I want to add some typing areas here or text in between HTML embedded content. Maybe there's like YouTube video I want to embed on this page too. Maybe there's a submission I want to include on this multi-layered or multi-area page that I'm making here, or an image or a file upload, a PowerPoint presentation perhaps, or a screenshot of some of my completed work. I can make and build what would essentially be kind of like a web page here, collection of different articles and pieces of evidence right on one thing. Or I could just keep it simple and just have these reflections text, and that's what I'm going to do by clicking on there, and I'm going to put this right here, type reflection here. That's a little reminder to myself for later on, just to come back and type my reflections here. And this is July 2016. Okay, so I'm going to save that page. Perfect. I can come back to it later and edit it. Let's go to my writing submissions area here. So if I go to writing submissions in this section, what I can do is I can add more pages to this. Now this gives me a default page, welcome, where I could introduce this section. However, I'm just going to get right to adding more pages to this. I'm going to add another page. Oops, sorry, not meant to add another page. I'm going to take that away. Delete that. And what I want to do is I want to go back to my dashboard where it will list all my different assignments and my submissions from this particular course, where I can simply click on them and add them one at a time. So right down here, here's a quiz. I'll add that to my quiz submissions later on, but right now those are discussions. I don't want to add that. Here's a knowledge check. That's a quiz tool too. Another quiz tool. Here's technology tool submission I made. So when I click that, I get a chance to change the name of the page if I want to make it different. I can drop it in a different section by if I'm here by accident, but I wanted to go in writing submissions. So when I hit add page, this submission I made in my course gets grayed out, and I'm taken to a page where I can go and take a look at my submission here that I had created with this Zaption file. And you can see over here my section hierarchy is starting to build too. So I have my welcome page. I can go back to where I have nothing written there, where I might want to introduce what this section is about. And then here as my first page that a visitor could scroll through and see what's going on. I'm going to go back to the ePortfolio tool, or dashboard rather, and then add in my next writing submission. So I go all the way down here at the bottom of my list. Again, this is everything I've submitted in the course. Okay, and I can go up here to the collaborative challenge. Sure. Writing submissions, I'm going to put that up there. I'm taken to the page, and you can see that's been added here too. So I'm building, area after page asset after page asset in this section here. Now what I can do is I can go to quiz submissions, and I can populate some pages in here if I go back to the dashboard. Okay, so now I'm going into quiz submissions. Let's go down to the bottom here and add some of those quizzes. How about the welcome quiz? Sure. Oh, it's putting in writing submissions. I want it in quiz submissions, so add page. And when the page refreshes, it goes to quiz submissions, and I have my welcome quiz added right there. Go back to the dashboard. I think you're getting the idea here with how to add content to a page, a traditional knowledge check versus online, and quiz submissions, add page. It takes me over to my quiz submission section, and now that quiz submission is listed there too. I can keep on adding quiz submissions if I wanted to include quiz submissions in my ePortfolio. So what you see is what you get here. Let me go back to the ePortfolio dashboard here. And you can see down here, I have downloaded the contents of the ePortfolio as a zip file. So this would be something I would want to do if I'm perhaps a student that's leaving the school district and I want to take this with me. I could also delete the ePortfolio if I wanted to, simply by clicking this delete this ePortfolio button here. Or a little bit how to build content, organize sections, create new pages. We can talk about managing those pages too. So if we go over here to my writing submissions area, perhaps I want these in different order, or maybe there's a typo. When the original page that maybe has a typo in it, I can always go here, click on the pencil, and change it to challenge as, hit enter, and now that page is saved. But maybe I want to redo this order. Well, drag and drop makes it easy, so I can just go like that. And now my structure of my portfolio has changed. I can hit done editing, and those changes will save. Now imagine a whole bunch of structure here. Maybe I'm bringing in module 1, 2, 4, 2, 1 over and over again. I might want to adjust and organize those pages so all module 1s cluster together at the top, module 2, so on and so forth on the way down. Maybe I have so many submissions for module 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 that I would want to have another section called module 1 submissions, module 2 submissions, to organize my ePortfolio a little bit differently too. Lots of different options and ways to go with this. Okay, so we talked about managing pages and editing them too. Let's talk about portfolio settings. Now, originally when the portfolio was created, it was made into a public portfolio. So that means I can simply share this link at the top with anybody and they'll be able to access it. I might not want that. I might not want everybody to see this. So I'm going to change this into a private portfolio by deselecting the make it public in my settings. Now, when I refresh the page, I'm going to get a share link around this area. Perfect. And it reminds me my ePortfolio is private. It means people can't find it or even view it without permission. Okay. Now the only way that they can access it is if I copy this really, really, really deep link and give that access to somebody else, perhaps in an email or some other type of communication, so they can click on it and access it, but now it can't be found by anybody. And that's how you share your portfolio, either publicly or privately. I'm going to change it back to public because somebody really wants to read this, they can. Just like that. As part of this tutorial, we'll show you what it's like to open up a portfolio on a different browser where I'm not logged in, right? Let's actually test this out. Now, remember my settings are currently set for public. So all I'm going to do is copy this ePortfolio. And I'm going to go to Firefox where I'm not logged in to this current campus server here where I'm taking my class, and hit return. Great, so the first page that comes up on here is a big old welcome page for my writing submissions area. You can see that I'm in this particular section on the welcome page, and if you remember, we didn't do anything there. That was just a big blank welcome page to introduce this area. And then if we click on the different areas here, like Module 1, this collaborative challenge, we can see here that this is my demonstration of a social constructivism online assignment in the context of a high school jazz band, of course, right? So anywho, this is how to find it. The person can come over here and click on the link to my Padlet where the others in my group are submitting their assignments. They can see all the different directions, how I'll be graded, so on and so forth. They can see somebody else's example on cognitive constructivism from the group as well. But that's mine. And they can click on here, Technology Tool Challenges, and go here for this reflection too. This was a video reflection, so they can click on this and they can see the Zaption interactive video that I made. And go to quiz submissions, go to my reflections too, and see exactly what's happening in the different areas of my ePortfolio that I've created. So let's go back now and let's close this up here and set my ePortfolio to private. Okay, so I'm going to take that off here. Set that as private. I'm going to go here and copy this link now, because if I go back, oops, not in Chrome, I'm going to go in Firefox, because if I go back here and I just try and get to the ePortfolio 4900, it's going to ask me to log in, so it's not public anymore. But if I put this whole verifier thing in here, then that gives me instant access, and you can see I'm not even logged in, so I can get to my ePortfolio here, and this is the private link that I've perhaps shared out with a college or university or something like that. So that's a little bit about sharing your ePortfolio as well. So I'm going to close this back up and head back here. And like I said, I'm going to make it public again. So make it public, update my portfolio settings, refresh my page, and now it's reminding me that my ePortfolio is public just the way that I like it. And I can continue to build and add content, maybe update that introductory welcome page since that's the first thing somebody sees in my portfolio. I explained a little bit about ePortfolio to you. I hope it helps.